This is Yesenia Sexto, reporting here for Heavenly News, and yet another special investigative report. This time, we're going to go and investigate who was Paul. In our first report, we covered who Jesus was and continues to be. Our special investigative report now continues to take us back to Jerusalem over 2,000 years ago, back when Jesus was alive. Today, we're going to take a special look or focus mainly on one of Jesus' followers and who he was. The following slides will give you an introductory idea of who Saul was, his transformation, and how he was later known as Apostle Paul or Paul. His letters and books have greatly impacted the church back then and now. So after the break, and after you've read all that information, I'm going to come back and give you some additional details on his impact to the early church, his transformation from being a persecutor to being a believer, and his impact through his letters and books on the church today. See you then. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you like those slides that you just read with some of the details of Paul. In the book of Acts, Luke details a lot of Paul's mission and journey, especially in the later part of Acts. Paul has a special encounter with Jesus on the road to Damascus, precisely on his way to further oppress and persecute Jesus' followers. How extraordinary that Jesus finds us right where we are and transforms us if we let him. This was also the case for Paul. I like how Dr. Tom Campbell describes it. The opposer becomes the opposed. After Paul's encounter and transformation, he never really did back down on his commitment and faithfulness to Jesus and his teachings. Like Dr. Campbell mentions, Paul was very bold to say that we should imitate him as he is an imitator of Christ. 1 Corinthians 11:1. Paul's letters not only encouraged a persecuted and oppressed early church that was going also through very real growing pains and transformation, but it is also still so relevant today to encourage us in our daily walk as believers in Christ. This is one of the biggest impacts of Paul's letters to our church today. So, tell me, how has Paul's life, transformation, letters, books, anything about him have impacted your life as a believer? Tell me in the comments. Thank you. Until next time.